Welcome, welcome to the main stage. Any Earpers out there? I thought so. Please welcome to the stage, Dominic Provost-Chalkley. And Catherine Barreau.
Fight
Come on out,
for fucking Wynonna. I'm always sitting in the wrong place. Where
You could sit wherever you like.
Scream again.
You guys, I gotta say, here, sit down.
Hey. Sorry, sit down.
First,
But
you know,
listen up.
you scoot over, scoot over there, 'cause you're kind of like on the middle.
I'm doing the wrong thing again. Sorry.
What
there
are
we go.
you doing? No.
Sitting in the middle. Sitting in the middle
Don't
for
sit in the
diddle.
chasm, Dom.
This is the artist bit. We just need to put this down.
Yeah, go ahead and put all that stuff down. You're like a little Sherpa there.
There's a lovely man back there who was like, Dom, do you want me to take some of that? She's like, I'm fine.
I've got it all.
but
I think I speak for everyone in the room that we are so excited for this panel, not just to talk about the show, but to talk about you guys and what the show means to everyone. Let's start with the fight for Wynonna hashtags. You guys see them. It's all happening on Twitter. There's a billboard in Times Square. What has the fan reaction meant to you guys? She's
I got
good.
this today.
She's in good hands up here.
Today's great, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I feel great.
Good.
Firstly, can we just say that this room
Does anyone
is...
else feel like they're in Harry Potter right
Wow.
now? Right? This
I
is
didn't go Harry Potter, but yeah.
What did you go?
I was like, wow, look, we're in a film. Look at this. There's like, we're on a, you know, like the Jonathan Ross show.
Well, we want to make it like...
Or like, you know, like the Ellen show, or like, not the Ellen show, but like what would be the American version of... Soundstage. Don't know that.
This is going well, I feel.
No, you know, like, what's that guy? You know Graham Norton? The Graham Norton show?
Yeah.
He's English as well. Like that kind of thing. Anyway, thank you for having us, basically. This is the first time it's been so swanky, so I'm a bit like, whoa!
Well, we want you to feel comfortable so that you spill all the, you know, inside details and secrets of the show.
Of the show, yeah, well, let's go talk about the show. And these amazing fans who are here and fighting harder than ever.
Yeah.
We're so grateful for each and every one of you.
And we do want to tell you guys that we absolutely are seeing everything that you're doing. We know that you are working so good timing, so incredibly hard for this show, and we are too. And please trust that we have amazing producers behind the scenes that have been working their ass off to try and get this show into its fourth season. So we appreciate all of the love and all the energy and the time that you guys are putting in to join us in that fight, and we are right there with you. So we see you and we love you, and we're right there fighting alongside of you. So thank you.
Let's take it back to the beginning. Let's rewind. What did you guys know about the show before you, read the pilot and went in and met with people about playing these characters? And were you familiar at all with the source material?
My God, it's like going back in time.
Yes.
I don't know
How
if you
many
could.
years ago? That was like 4 years ago.
4 big years.
Four big years.
I was 20. How old would I have been 4 years ago? Because I'm 29 next week. 25.
I'm hearing 25 is a general consensus.
General consensus was that I started Wynonna when I was 25.
That's good.
So that's like a whole different time in your life. Holy crap. And yeah. Anyway, but going back, do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
I do. I would love to.
So I was in England and had no idea about any of the stuff that was going on in the States or in Canada or anywhere, really. But yeah, I was just starting to audition and send tapes over to America because I got an American manager because I got down to the last 2 for Step Up 3.
You would have been really good in that.
babe. It was like really funny. Yeah, mad experience. Anyway, so I got a manager off that, and then she just started throwing me tapes from America and that kind of thing. And then, so I'd been taping for years, actually, because that was when I was a lot younger. But then that tape came through, and I remember thinking, what is this? Like, this is really cool, but it was totally different to anything that I had been sent before. But anyway, so and I just kind of, to be honest with you, I just used to send tapes and think nothing's ever going to come back. And why am I blooming out doing this for the States anyway? I'm in Bristol, I was in London for a long time, and then I was in Bristol, and you just think, this is ridiculous. And I was in Bristol, and I sent a tape I was in London, and I sent a tape for Wynonna, for the character of Wynonna. And I really enjoyed doing that tape, it's the first time I've actually said that. But I loved it. It was like so good and badass and whatever, but I'm clearly not a Wynonna at all. So like I did my best. I did many people have heard this before, but I did a deep South accent.
Can you reenact that for us?
Can you? Any chance of replicating that accent?
There's a big part of me that wants to.
Yes! Go with that part of you. Just only focus on that part of you.
I found it the other day, actually. I found the sides, Kat. Do you keep sides?
I used to, and then it made me too depressed, so I started getting rid of them.
Yeah, me too.
Because there were so many. I was like, holy shit, this is like hours and hours of my life into the abyss. Sometimes when I'm auditioning and doing self-tapes, because I've never booked a self-tape ever, and I always tell my agents and managers, I'm shit at self-tapes, please get me in the room, please get me in the room. And so many self-tapes, and I used to keep them. There's two ways of looking at this, really. One is look at all of this beautiful chance that I got to act and do my thing, and look at all this practice I've got, and then there's look at all this failure. So it's really dependent on how you want to look at it.
100%. I went through the exact same thing. I used to, when I first started, I used to really like keeping them because it was like I'd work on them, do all the notes, get really like into it, and you have all your hopes up, and then you're like, oh, and then it doesn't come back, and you're like, oh, but I really enjoyed that, so I'm going to like keep it and put it on the side. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, that was at the time when it was Wynonna. So I sent a self-tape for Wynonna, and what was it?
Do the voice.
Oh yeah, the voice. Oh, the voice. That's why I blanked it out. Oh shit! I didn't want to come back on that one. But anyway, I found it the other day, and I read it, and it wasn't dolls, it was...
You found it?
I found it, and it wasn't dolls, it was the Wynonna one, and it wasn't dolls that she said, Agent... Oh, wasn't it? Agent... Fuck, what was it?
There was something about get dead in them, wasn't there?
It's possible.
I can't remember, but I just don't think I'm going to do the accent right now. But what I'll do, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go and look at the sides, and next time I do a panel, you can hold me to this. No, listen to it. I'm going to remember what the lines were, and I'm going to do the audition for you. It'll be quite hilarious.
Yeah, that's easier if you know the lines.
Guys, that's a big promise. I would hold her to that rather than one line.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I can only cross my fingers that I'll be there for that. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got like 4 weeks.
Lexicon, you're saying?
4 weeks. And I've also got it on tape as well, so I'm going to re-watch it.
You do? Yes, that's right.
That one and my Waverley one. Oh my God, I didn't answer any of your... We haven't been answering any questions at all. But we did, going back to it, what happened is I then auditioned for that, loved it, but it was obviously not right at all. And then months and months later, and it's the same thing for you, right? Yep. Months and months later, it was like, oh, I've got another audition for you for the sister, for Waverley. And so I did that, and again, sent it off to the abyss. And then a long time later, long time later, I'd already booked another job that was going to shoot in India, and it got cancelled at last minute, and it completely broke my heart because I hadn't had any work for ages. It was like such a bad year. I was feeling super depressed. And I was like, I'm going to India to shoot a movie. Wicked. And then it got cancelled just before.
Right.
And I was in Bristol with all of my stuff, and then I ended up going to Canada. God, this is a long story. I went to Canada, and then I was in Montreal with my mum, who was like trying to be a positive mum, be like, it's okay, you're going to be fine. And I was like, Mum, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And then I got a phone call. I fell asleep in the park, and I got a phone call from my manager that woke me up. And I was sat under the tree, and I'd literally just cried, and my mum was like, oh my God, I'd never been honest about how I was actually feeling until that moment. And then I got a phone call, and it was my manager who was like, you know that show, Wynonna Earp? And I was like, wait, you mean the one that, and got all like, you know, nervous, whatever. She went, yeah. She was like, are you in Montreal? Like, I was like, yeah. She was like, so here's the thing, honey. They want to see you, but they can't pay for the flight. So if you can get yourself to to Toronto to meet Emily Andress, she'd love to. If not, you can tape with notes. So like you can talk to Emily on the phone, and she'll tell you what you need to do differently, and then you can do it with notes. And so I did it with notes. And so I was like, are you kidding? I'm going. Oh my God. And then I went there, and then I met Mel and Emily, and we did the tape, and holy shit, changed our lives completely.
And that was that. That's amazing. Isn't it funny?
Trip down memory lane. And Kat has an amazing story.
Kat, I want to hear your story.
I'll give you my Reader's Digest version. So it was...
we'll take either version.
I auditioned for Wynonna. Same, very similar to Dom. I auditioned for Wynonna. Then I auditioned for Waverly, who I really, really, really loved the part of Waverly. But now, looking back at him, I could never imagine in a million years. And then, you know, same thing, months go by, hear nothing. It goes away with the rest of them that just float into the abyss. And I was going to I was doing some promo. I was driving Uber at the time to make money, and I was working some promo work. I was doing samples at some sort of convention, food convention or whatever, for a beer company with my ex that evening.
One of the jobs that you do as an unemployed actor.
I was just like, this sucks. And, but you know, you do what you gotta do. And I had auditioned for Nicole like the day before. Never in a million years thought I was gonna get it, because especially at that time in my life, I really hadn't found my base as a woman. And what I mean by that is I hadn't really found my strength very much, and so I never thought I could never see myself in a powerful cop role.
Right.
And so I just never envisioned myself playing a part like that. I was still very much in what they had told me I was at theater school, which was like the ingenue, like la 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 girl. So, and then I was at the gym, which I never go to, and this is why we do things that we don't want to do, because good things happen when we do them. And I was about to go serve my beer with my ex, and my agent called me, and he says, they want to book you on Wynonna. You're going to do 6 episodes, and you have to dye your hair. So the other 2 girls are brunettes, so you're either going red or blonde. I'm like, I don't care. And he said, you're leaving tomorrow.
Oh, did they give you the option for blonde as well?
Blonde was the other option. Yeah, red or blonde.
Interesting.
And yeah.
Better
so,
for
and I
red.
was on a plane the next day, and that was, I came in episode 2 of season 1, and then it just kind of kept getting extended. I guess they were watching dailies, and they liked the character of Nicole, and that we had really great chemistry, and
yeah. Absolutely. Well, let's talk about that chemistry. I mean, because there was this, you know, I mean, when did you guys realize this match was going to, you know, gel and stick? And how did sort of the early evolution of the WayHaught relationship happen?
For me, I would say I felt it after the first scene in Edley's office. That first day for me, I remember I was so nervous for that scene. I remember being so nervous, and that was when I went, oh, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Like, this is going to be okay. Yeah, that's how I felt.
Really? So what was it that switched for you? Sorry, I don't mean to ask you, not if you're uncomfortable.
No,
don't
it's
ask
not.
me.
God, God, there's many different ways to go with this answer, with this question. There's like 1,000 things that obviously, it's a very complex scene. It's a very complex thing to do, I think. I think it's, but what I was going to say is there's one way, and everyone's going to go, oh yeah. There's a look that you give me.
See? You're right.
When you say, you say, oh, I'm going to cry.
Oh, tell me.
I got this. There's lights in the sky. Like, it just reminds you of the stars. We're all good. We're in a good place. No, they, I remember I was like so nervous, and like it was fine because my acting teacher always used to say, if you're nervous and the character's nervous, you're fine, right? So use it, like use that vulnerability, because like if maybe your character might be feeling that, and it was kind of like, oh, that. So I remember just like reading it, being like, it's gonna be fine because Waverley's nervous. And then there's and I remember I was just speaking so fast. And Paolo had been saying to me, I've never told you this, but Paolo had been saying to me, taking me aside and going, we need to slow you down all the time. Just need to slow you down, Dom. Like you're just going too fast. And I would always be like, oh really, I'm going fast? Literally the whole time. I just had no idea that I was going so fast and speaking so high. And now I look back at season 1, which I never do because I'm like, oh, I'm speaking so high. But yeah, I had no, it was unconscious. I was completely unconscious that I was going so fast. And yeah, so I was really flustered. I remember feeling extremely flustered in the thing. And then you really looked at me when you go, I scare you? No, how did it go? Does she say it or I say it? And why does she say it?
Trust them. She says it.
It because I say.
You say. Oh, let's see if we can remember.
Thank you.
We may call on you later.
And actually, when you think about it, that line is genius. I've always wanted to do things that scare me.
And kind of sets the tone for the whole series, in a way.
Yeah. Well said. Wow, my mind just got blown a bit there.
I mean, it's really obvious when you're in this room and you know, we were backstage watching Amanda talk to you guys and hear your stories. It's obvious the impact, not just the show, but the relationship and you guys as actors have had, you know, globally. And what has it meant for you guys? I mean, it's obvious looking at you, Dominic, you see you tearing up, and it's really profound. How has that been to explore this relationship?
I think profound is an excellent word to use. I think what we've witnessed with this community and the entire experience of Wynonna and this sort of grassroots tiny little show coming and being such a force, and then we're, you know, at like the People's Choice Awards, and not that it's about it's not about the awards. What it was about was this little show that never ever could have gotten there without the fans. Like, there's no way. And I think the experience has been profound because it has shown me so obviously what a powerful group, like a small but mighty group of people can be when they unite under a common cause.
Communities. Build communities. # fight for Wynonna. It's like, I'm really proud of my water bottle stickers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. She was showing them to me this morning. So,
Yeah.
I was like, no, but really, look how well they complement the colours. Because
I'm kind of in love with that
other
water bottle.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's amazing.
I was a bit worried about the orange, to be honest, because I had a blue one and I lost it on New Year's Eve. Ugh, on a beach. Ugh. But I'm hoping someone found it and they're using it, please. Anyway, but I really like the sticker. But going just to go off what you were saying. Building communities, right? I think that's what it's taught us. Right? Wynonna?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing. And this fight for Wynonna, everyone's laughing at me, but I don't know why. I really mean it. It's like Wynonna Earp has had the power to bring these amazing human beings together that are so open-minded and so inclusive. And for me, I had never found that before this family. And it went and it has completely inspired a huge, humongous amount of change in the trajectory of who I was going to end up in a massive way. My God, if I had got...
Step up 3.
Up 3. Where would I be now? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Wow. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, and I'm more and more like, I've just come back from 5 months in Brazil where I didn't go to a single... I went to like 3 major cities, but that was it. And I just went to little communities and villages and fishermen's towns. And you start realizing the sense of community and how important that is, and how important it is to find your people and to connect with those people and to support those people and to be there for each other, because we're at a time where so much stuff is going on that is causing so much hate and pain and all of the things that, why on earth would we bring that into our world? Why would we even entertain the idea that that's a good idea, separating each other and judging each other and all of those things? So I would say it's the catalyst to me understanding what community really means and the power of that.
Absolutely, and that it doesn't have to be a physical community. It can be a community that exists online,
I know,
and it can be just as powerful.
That's a mad one as well. The online thing. I'm still getting my head around that. Still, because it's a weird thing when you're in that at the beginning. Right, we've talked about that, but actually now, and I think I was judging it because my father was always about the internet and you kind of go, oh really? And it's like, back in the old days, it's way better. He doesn't speak like that at all. He's really cool actually, and my dad would be he'd be pissed off at me. He'd be so no, he wouldn't. He'd be like, but it's true. He's a bit negative about the internet, and there are horrors to the internet. And then you see the other side, and you're like, actually, no, there is a really shitty side, but there's this beautiful side as well.
Absolutely, people can connect without being in the same physical space. Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. We're going to take questions because I know you guys want to talk to them. There's 2 mics in the aisles, so you can line up, and we'll get through as many as we can. And while they're kind of lining up, everybody in here loves you guys, loves the show. You guys are holding hands. That's so cute.
Doesn't it always stay on that hand? No, I moved them.
Cool.
Do you want to put them both up together again?
No, I like the fact that you've done that. I just have never noticed that before.
I think if you have 2 rings, you should spread them out. We're having a debate.
No, it's not a debate. I'm just fascinated because I don't really know much about wedding rings and stuff like that. That you spread them out or you put them together. I thought there was a rule that you had to keep them next to each other.
There's no rules.
There is no rules.
No.
Who makes the rules?
No one.
We make the rules.
I think they look great either way. Just weighing in. We can start over here. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Laura. I'm a New York City Earper, and I just want to thank everybody for the billboards. Claire, you mentioned that there was 1 billboard in New York City. There's actually been 68.
Wow, I saw the one on Times Square. Are they scattered all through the boroughs?
Well, they're digital, so they change frequently. So
Okay.
we go there every other night or whatever, take pictures of it, and yeah.
You guys, 68 billboards.
Yeah. And a lot of Earpers are even contributing to a hot chocolate and donut fund for us when the weather was cold. So we thank you for that as well. My question, I talked to you guys yesterday about this. It's a little fun game. Dom, who can you call at 3 a.m., Kat or Nicole?
Kat and Nicole.
Sorry.
That's actually right. She said both.
I said both too. Yeah.
Kat, who's better at remembering dates, Waverly or Nicole, or Dom?
Waverly.
Yeah. Dom, who's a better gift giver, Kat or Nicole?
There's really no way to say. Because if you look at the evidence, Waverly has she received a gift from Nicole?
We didn't see a Christmas exchange, but there could have been.
No, I'm asking, do we have a birthday? Or we've got the balloons, where she's got all the balloons, the sorry balloons,
party.
the sorry party.
She receives a gift in our comic book.
Oh, yeah.
We wrote a comic book together,
Yeah,
guys.
that was cool.
So there's the first gift, so you
Okay.
guys can be the judge when that comes out.
Well, Kat said she's the better gift giver, so.
I love giving gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gifts are-
Kat, who's the better cook, Dom or Waverly?
Waverly.
Uh-oh. Controversy.
You're a pretty good cook too, though, but I would say Waverly, just because we see her making all these fancy meals and stuff.
Dom said.
Dom said Dom.
Dom
but,
said. No,
But
To be fair,
Dom said that Waverly might be a better baker.
not Mike. I said
Oh.
Waverly would be the
Okay.
better baker.
You'd be the better cook.
I think I would prefer Dom's cooking over Waverly's cooking.
oh yeah, completely different. Well, no,
Actually, no, maybe not, because she is vegan
She's
now.
vegan. Could I invite myself to your house for dinner when we go back, hopefully, for season 4?
100%, and I'm also getting way better. So this is the thing.
Great.
I've just found a massive passion for cooking recently. I don't know if anyone else has.
Yeah.
I have a
Passion for
massive
cooking.
passion for eating, so this is going to go beautifully.
It's a good match.
Yeah, it's a great match. Yeah. I'm just realizing that food's really cool, and it's really cool and interesting because when you travel, you start looking at what you're eating because it's always different, and then like in Brazil they have a farine de tapioca, which is. Do you know what tapioca is?
Yeah.
We have tapioca here.
Yeah.
Here we got it in our lunches. when we
What
were
is
little.
it over here?
It's like a rice pudding.
Rice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is flour of tapioca,
Okay.
which is tapioca is like the root vegetable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they make it into a flour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had tapioca, which is they put it over the heat, and they put it through a sieve. No, it's really interesting.
I'm just looking at Dom's face, and then I rack focus my eyes to Claire's face behind her. And it's beautiful because Claire doesn't quite know us yet. So
I'm just picturing like a YouTube channel for you. Like a cooking with Dom, you know? And right?
Okay.
And I'm also like,
Interesting.
is tapioca good? I don't know. I don't
Well, anyway,
remember.
no, you put it on the thing and you go over the heat and it like goes like that and it all just naturally sticks together. You don't have to put any oil or anything. It just sticks together. And then you put whatever you want in it and you fold it over and it is healthy and delicious and they have it for breakfast and it's so much better than bread for you. It's a vegetable, root vegetable, and it's delicious and extremely nutritious. And I brought 2 kilos of it back. So that I could make my mum tapioca. But cooking's great, and I do think that that at the moment, my cooking might be better than Waverly's. because
There
I
you
think
go.
Waverly's got a lot of other stuff to
Thank
think
you.
about.
Thank you so much. Great little
And
questions.
Dom, were you talking about James Corden before?
Huh?
James Corden?
Yeah, what about him?
Were you talking about him, the late night show?
No, but that's a good one. But he's also British. I was trying to find the American version.